It's a single braced arched roof.
Yeah, that's it. Your grandfather, this was this was his main project,
Yes.
to save the roof
Yes.
of this building, otherwise it would have collapsed.
So it's had a bit of restoration.
Yes, and and Harold Witty Brace was chairman in 1949, and he had to deal with the fundraising and so forth to save this roof.
If you look at it, it's a boat turned upside down.
It is.
Because Gainsborough was a seaport.
Yes.
When this was built.
Yes.
Because, I mean, the Trent is tidal.
Yes.
They had, customs bonding warehouses and a customs.
Yeah.
Well, when the ships got bigger, they couldn't get to Gainsborough, so they stopped at Gould.
Yes.
When they the ships were bigger, they couldn't get to Gould, they stopped at Hull.
Yeah.
Well, when they couldn't get to Hull, they went to Immingham.
I don't know.
Yes.
That's the word.
It's the last time I saw your father, I think it was the 65th
When
dinner.
we had the
We marked 65 years, and I think you were on the high table, weren't you?
Yes.
I know.
Yes, all
There's
the
a proper do going off, was there?
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
We hope to survive till for our 75th, which will be in 2024.
Oh, so we can come up again, couldn't we?
2 years, 2 years.
75
It's
years.
only 2 years away.
Very
isn't
soon.
it? It's only 2 years away.
And
Yeah.
this Stone Bay
Yes?
is not an oriel.
No.
It's just a stone bay. Father used to say that he thinks that the Lord Berg was going to rebuild this place in stone. That's as far as he got it because it was going to be too expensive.
Oh.
The ceiling, I think, is lovely.
Yes. If you go through that door,
Yes.
it goes down to what Father used to call the wine cellar.
Yes.
But also, that's where there is a well, a capped well.
Capped well.
And when the grounds were used for allotments during the war, that's where they got the water from.
Really?
Out of,
And the Friends then converted what was the wine cellar into modern toilets.
And that's
Yeah.
subterranean.
Which you'll
under
probably
the
think more
dais.
units.
and the
Yeah. The main timbers are genuine.
I was going to say, because if there was restoration, it's done very sympathetically,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Now,
Yeah.
and I stand to be corrected, but can you see the pieces of wood with white dots on them?
I can.
Right.
Yes.
I'm told that they came from a castle in Cumbria.
Okay.
Oh, what do they call it? It's now a ruin.
Okay.
But Neil Taylor, you'll remember Neil,
I was going to say the name seems familiar.
he was sent up there to fetch timbers. and where the white dots are, that is the restoration.
Okay.
But the main timbers are genuine.
And
So all of these arched
The arch brace.
braces.
Yes.
Say if you look at it, it's like an upturned boat.
Yes, and there are carpenter's marks on each piece.
Oh.
So they could dismantle it and then put it back together,
Oh,
which
I
they
see.
did.
Right. Oh, they've actually. What to restore it?
Yeah,
So the whole shebang came off.
Yeah.
So what year are we talking about now?
We're talking about 49, 50, 51, that period.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because,
really?
I mean,
Quite
this
recent. Right. Okay.
1951 was festival year,
Yes.
and that was the first time the general public were allowed inside.
Yeah.
And then in 52 was coronation year,
Yeah.
and so they were allowed in.
I'm told that when they came in to the hall, it was about this depth in Birdnock and that sort of thing. So,
So
they had to do a lot of cleaning.
It's just been literally left to.
Yes.
Yeah, it has.
Yes.
privately owned.
Still is. Still is. And isn't it? By Sir Edmund
Well,
Bacon.
Sir Edmund gave it to the nation,
Oh, did he?
and now English Heritage
Oh, well,
have it now.
well, Sir Edmund Bacon lives in Norfolk, not far away from the Queen's estate at Sandringham.
Okay. Right.
And the Bacon family are a junior branch of the, I had it on the tip of my tongue, who had Hugh Grange.
Okay.
Oh, what was the name of it? It's a junior branch.
So in 1950, all of these arch beams, these bracing came down,
Yes.
were fully restored.
There used to be a cupola right at
and
the
then
top.
back again.
They took it down.
Wow. How long did that take?
Took a few years
Yeah.
because they were fundraising whilst they were doing it.
That's him.
And the windows, when they started, there were windows down at that level.
Okay. What happened to those then?
But they were not the genuine ones. So
Right.
they you know, the upper ones, the upper lights,
Yeah.
is the genuine location for the windows.
I see.
So yeah.
So this would have been.
This should be the dining. This is the dining hall.
What families who lived here then? What was it? A royal, not a royal
Sorry.
family, but was it a titled family that
No,
lived here?
Lord Borough.
The Lord Boroughs, and they're still in the peerage.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But they sold the place in the time of Queen Elizabeth.
Right. Okay.
They were royal servants.
Oh. Okay. So
they
it's,
were very wealthy.
so it's got a bit of
That's
heritage to it. Yeah. Yeah.
Henry VIII came here with
And
Catherine Howard,
yes, that's it.
and Catherine Parr was married to Lord Borough's elder son Edward, and Edward is actually buried in the chancel of the church over there.
Wow.
And then Catherine Parr, of course, went on to marry eventually the king.
So it's really got some serious heritage issues.
Richard III came here, stayed overnight, because they were great Yorkers, the Boroughs. They were for the House of Lancaster, but then they changed sides. I think Lord Borough realised that Edward IV was the better man.
Oh.
Yes.
Didn't there used to be some grooves in the floor?
There probably
With
were.
the heating.
Yes, there was underfloor heating, wasn't there?
Yes, there were grooves. I remember
The
grooves.
hypercost, or whatever they call it, has been discovered, yeah.
No, there were grooves in the floor. Probably what it is.
And underfloor heating is very popular with the,
Yes,
if you've got the money.
yes. Yes.
So in terms of the restaurant, I'm just completely obsessed with restoration. But
You're very impressed, aren't you?
absolutely.
You're blown away.
I'm completely blown away.
This is part of your heritage.
I didn't really. Stop. It's really bad, isn't it? Really bad. So how far down? I mean, was it literally a grounder
Yes.
restoration? Then?
Yes,
Is,
virtually.
Everything. The whole place, the whole joint.
Really? It was that far gone?
Yes.
Yes.
The West Range, which is over there, that was left because there wasn't the money and so forth, but eventually it was done in 1980s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yes. But the main areas were done by the Friends.
It was literally a grounder
Very
restoration.
positive. And everybody thought they were mad.
These two
Which
little
we are.
rooms here,
Well, look at
Poppy,
it. It is brilliant.
the pantry, where they used to put, it's known as the buttery. Yeah, it was like a pantry, but underneath was the beer cellar. And in the floor of that, they found a well.
Nice.
wow.
That's what you
And there was
need,
some-
isn't it?
What we're heading to is the green kitchen.
Through the centre archway.
Through the centre wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to have a quick look in the buttery where the ale was served?
But this floor as well.
Yeah,
Is this how it would the herringbone, or is it just an interpretation? Or
I would say this is quite modern.
yeah.
The reason is that bricks,
When
the original bricks would be very narrow.
the
Sorry.
It's still quite cool in here as well, though,
Yes,
isn't
it is. You can tell why they would have a.
For the buttery, yes.
you'll go into the hot place just now.
Oh, this is beautiful, isn't it?
Now we're going into towards the kitchen.
I've been told about it, but I just didn't realise how much Granddad was.
Did you have the journey?
Yes,
We did, we
The
did.
roads weren't too.
No, it was okay. Just got a bit lost.
Just be careful down there.
I've lost once on the M42, but. Wow, this is fantastic, isn't it? Oh, is this what you mean by the narrow bricks? Because there's these
Yeah.
bricks.
Yeah. Can you see?
They are. So these
These are handmade.
Handmade bricks.
These are handmade.
So these are all original, then, aren't
Yeah,
they?
these are original.
Yes.
Yeah. You've cut to something.
There's a
really-
servery. There's servery. There's the kitchen.
All the food would be served from here, and page boys would go.
This is beautiful, isn't it? Oh my Christ.
And originally, that wouldn't, the roof that you see wouldn't be here. So they built the kitchen separate from the hall because of fire risk.
Okay.
Soon after they closed it, they must have felt quite safe.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the kitchen's built of brick, whereas the great hall is timber frame.
Right. Oh my God, look at that full range. Oh my Christ. Wow.
And here's the kitchen, which is older than the one at Hampton Court,
Wow.
and
Well,
more original, isn't it?
Yes. You can see how big enough to roast an oxen, literally.
Literally.
And those, where the
Yeah.
and the bread ovens are at the back.
That is a range and a half, isn't it?
Well, you go and look under there. It's
Poppy,
quite something.
where's she gone?
Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? That is absolutely. Look at this piece of.
Where's Poppy? Is she there? We'll get her to look under.
That's an amazing piece of work, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
This is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Fantastic space.
And the servants would doss down up there.
Really? But they were quite warm, weren't they, as well, actually, being a beer.
Well,
Look at that chair as well. That's just amazing. It's about the same now, really, isn't it?
If you were a kitchen maid, Poppy, you wouldn't sleep here. You'd sleep in the room up there, over the buttery.
This is the boiling room where they would boil the hams. Yeah. There'd be a big pan heating. Do you want to go and have a look at the ovens over there?
Looking at the
We haven't any homemade bread for you though.
you remember? Oh, where's Kevin?
Kevin's over there.
The property we used to own, we had in an old half-timbered, what we called a garage,
Yeah,
there was a single bread oven,
yeah,
so we know all about those.
yeah, yeah.
There can't be many places like this in the country left in this.
The floor is quite modern, as you can see with the bricks.
Yeah.
It is.
I guess it would have been dirt before, wouldn't it? Just compacted dirt. And then back in the day.
Also, you think of the heat will be in from these two fire escapes. And the bread oven, because when you fire the bread oven, you put the heat in like you do the heat it up and then usually behind there is a very big block of masonry.
Oh, so you mean it's
Proper bread oven.
keep warm pretty much 24/7.
Latent heat.
And can you see the louver?
Oh, okay.
It's a lantern. The windows, once opened, you just pull the rope,
Yeah.
you know, and they would open and let
Oh,
down.
okay.
There used to be one on the roof of the Great Hall.
Yes.
Now you probably can remember that.
Yes, I vaguely remember that.
We've got the framework of that in one of the rooms in East Range.
But,
So similar size and stature to that then?
Yes.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's earlier. The framework is earlier.
So why was that too far gone to put on
Yeah.
too much money to actually
It would
recreate?
yeah.
I get it. Yeah. Love these
Yes,
things
and
thin bricks.
people used to ask me when I was taking people around, is there a ghost? No, I've never seen one. Because I used to leave my push bike in here, go to the pictures, come back, pick them, and then go home.
You used to come in to pick.
Yes, I used to walk through in about 11, 12 o'clock at night, go, pick my bike up, and then cycle home. We've been to 136.
Now tell me, was your brother as interested in no.
He was
I know.
sort of, but
Yeah.
Not
no,
committed.
No.
Come on that photo.
It's a lot younger than I.
That's a big fireplace, isn't it? Look at it. They're huge. Beg your pardon? It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah. Good
Are you okay? You're not
Yes,
wanting to
sir.
sit?
No, it's all right. I needed to.
What are you?
More for stability than anything.
Yeah. What are you like going upstairs?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
It's just a
So
beautiful
it's got
place.
something to hang on to. Now his wife isn't too
I'll not take you the new way, I'll take you another way. There's one room I would love you to see. See what you see.
No, I thought, well, he offered to bring me up, I thought, well, I'll take it. I'd like to just see before I touch. As I say, I think it would be 1950 when people come in here first.
Yeah.
I can't remember that far back, but I remember it
Yeah.
opened to the general public in 51. It was festival year, wasn't it?
But your grandfather was quite an authority on the work he did, his professional work. I've got at home a book that he wrote on, you'll correct me on this, help me on this one.
About seed crushing.
Seed crushing.
The history of seed crushing of
And apparently it's still the authoritative work that has never been surpassed. But he also got hold of the Quakers' minutes and those sort of things. Yeah. And yeah, and he did the minutes.
But that was before computers.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bit of deterioration. Come over and meet Mr. Brace.
Oh, hello. I'm Emma.
Emma, Mr. Godfrey Brace is the son of Witty Brace, who was the first chairman of the Friends who started it off.
I think I've seen a photo of you.
This is my son and granddaughter,
Hello, hello.
which is
He's 90.
Oh my goodness.
Doing well, isn't he?
Very
Yes,
well.
well, there's some debris coming.
He said to clear that up, but he said it was a brick. That's not a brick,
It's
it's
a
a
brick.
Let's go get a box.
flaking.
Yeah, so it's dropped down.
It's with the drying, isn't it?
Yeah.
It has been dry. I bet it was warm in here. Unbelievable.
I thought I'd never be warm working in this building. And then
In the winter, it can be.
it's like minus
Well,
4.
I mean, when Father worked it out, they would have to cater for about 120 people.
Yeah.
That was the family and servants,
Yeah.
and probably those that worked on the home farm.
With a constant stream of people eating.
Well, I
This
mean,
would have been so
the
busy.
two fireplaces speak volumes, don't they?
The size of them.
It's all right.
What farm? Home farm? What's that?
Home farm, that was
Gonna go and get a box.
Yeah,
and bring back.
sorry, Emma.
the name of the farm.
There was a farmstead with land here as well.
Right.
The
Okay.
home farm is the
Right,
little
yeah.
the one.
He would have so much of the meadow and all the rest of it to upkeep.
Right.
And his peasants, you know, they would work for him so many days.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And if there was a war, they would have to
They had to go and
They had to go.
That's
so
right.
they-
Right. Wow.
They weren't free men. They were
No.
they were semi-enlisted men.
Right,
Even
okay.
though you were.
Yeah, well, it's the way it was, isn't it,
Yeah,
really?
I'm afraid it was.
Yeah.
Now, shall we go through the hall again?
Yes.
Although, I think I'll take you in the West Range. There's
Okay.
no climbing. It's all on one level.